Hi lovelies, I'm Ariel and this is Maven Unmasked and welcome to your weekly reading for April 3rd through April 9th of 2017. Happy birthday to you April babies and all of you Aries out there. Some of the most favorite people I have in my life are Aries, so happy birthday to all of you. Newsletter came out on the 2nd. I hope you all enjoyed that. We're talking about alignment and flow, especially as we have all of these planets moving retrograde. The Lightworker Evolution reading for April of 2017 is out, so please be sure to check that out. As well, I'm now offering in-person services and readings in Columbia, Maryland, so you can find information about that on my website, mavenunmasked.com. Also, if you'd like to book a reading with me. Okay, so I ask everyone to take a deep... Oh! And one more quick announcement, sorry. For those of you who do want to do some workshops and classes with me, but aren't in the DMV area, I will be offering my Building Energetic Boundaries Spiritual Protection workshop on April 27th at 7 p.m. It's a Thursday at 7 for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. We'll see how it goes. Registration fee for that is $20. Once I get a little bit more information together, I will be posting that under the events tab on the mavenunmasked.com website as well as on my Facebook page. Alrighty, so now I invite everyone to take a deep breath with me in through your nose and out through your mouth. And call in your angels, your guides, your ancestors, your loved ones in spirit to be here with us, to give us a message for our best and highest good for the week of April 3rd through April 9th of 2017. And I had some fall to the floor, so please excuse me. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. 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 Interesting reading this week. And it's funny because I had actually, excuse me, recorded or started to record a video for this week's reading, and the video kept cutting out on me, so I guess Spirit was trying to tell me the message like wasn't fully ready yet for this week. So now it's kind of like, oh, okay, I'm understanding a little bit more now, I think. So I'm happy to share this with you, and hopefully Spirit doesn't cut us out in this video. So the first card that fell out while I was shuffling was the Eight of Earth. Okay, the Eight of Earth. So we're talking about hard work and really building the symphony of our life. We've been composing the music, the orchestra of our life for some time now, and it's actually starting to sound like something, but it's not complete yet. It almost feels like it's time to really put those finishing touches on it. The pieces we've been leaving, on the back burner. Mercury goes retrograde April 9th. Saturn goes retrograde April 6th. Venus is still in retrograde until the 15th, and Pluto goes retrograde, I believe, on April 20th or 26th. I'm not sure. But it's like finishing up all of the things that we may have missed or that may have fallen through the cracks in building this symphony. Maybe you need to change that one note or try and do, a B flat instead of something else to see how that impacts what you're trying to create. It's really about being on pause and fine-tuning how things are working. Almost like taking a detour. We're still going towards the same destination, but it's like, ooh, I need to tie up some loose ends over here before I can continue on in an effective way. It's like the universe is almost putting the brakes on our projects and telling us to work harder towards them. With all of these planets in retrograde and going retrograde this week, it's like two of them anyway, it's like the universe is saying, hey, it's time to get it together, to finish what you started. It's like the wake-up call almost. The next card we have is the Hermit. So definitely this is a journey of introspection. It's something we kind of have to do alone, even if it's in projects with other people. It's kind of like take a step back from other people's chatter and noise and opinions and figure out how you can make the work in the best way for you. You know, being on this journey and creating this symphony, it is your symphony alone. It is your life alone. So, you know, if you want to change that, you know, F sharp to a B flat or whatever, you know, do it. Do it and give it a try and see how it works. But it's a door that only you can enter through. Spirit is giving us this opportunity that if we want to fix something, if we want to make it great and better as best as it can possibly be, we may have to put in double the effort, but only you can walk through the door. No one else can do it for you. And by walking through the door and taking some time out and taking a step back and some time alone to really evaluate all of this, we come to this page of fire, this new spark of magic and inspiration and mysticism and spark, inspiration, creativity, a new fervor, a new passion. We've taken some experiences we've had and how they worked and how they hadn't worked, and now we've finally settled on an idea or a way that we think we can get this done. It's like the other ways we were thinking of, it didn't really get the job done effectively. So after we take some time alone, you know, and push through that door, we can see what we've been missing and how best to proceed forward next. And then we have the Five of Earth. And typically the Five of Earth is about, you know, poverty and being alone and all this. It doesn't feel like this to me. Excuse me, especially with this deck. This is the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. It feels like the universe is supporting you in your growth. They'll be adding nutrients to your growth to keep you sturdy and steady. Things will be green again, but it's just, you know, toiling through this work alone. Even though it's something you have to do alone on the physical plane, they're supporting you on the spiritual plane to get this done, helping to gather things together on the spiritual side of things so that they can be manifested into the physical. But it definitely feels like new life is going to spring forth. You won't be alone in this endeavor. Maybe it could even be a partnership, but definitely double the efforts. And once you've kind of come through this of figuring out how to do it the best way alone, you have to kind of take a step back from everybody else, you know, to actually get it implemented. Then it's like beginning to work with other people to get it done. And then the last card we have is the Chariot. So yes, balance and forward movement, the balance between opposites, between two people, between polarities, the duality of things, seeing the positive, and the, you know, the challenges. I won't even say negative. I'll say the challenges in every situation. But definitely some forward movement is going to be happening, but it's going to take double, maybe even quadruple the efforts that it normally would. In this next week and maybe even in the next few weeks ahead as we're dealing with all of this retrograde energy. Okay. Take some time and go within alone to connect with spirit. Sometimes it's hard to hear spirit when everybody else around you is talking so loudly. That's what it really feels like to get that support that you need from spirit. And let's get our card from the Magdalene Oracle. And welcome to all of you new subscribers out there to my channel. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying it. Okay, we have past lives. And this is so funny. I was just having a conversation about this on Friday. And how for me, every time I try to get a past life regression or to do a past life meditation, I've had like little teeny glimpses, like maybe only 2, maybe 3 that I'm kind of like, okay, but I don't really know a lot about them. But every time I try and have a past life regression, something like either the weather is horrendous, like torrential downpours and hail, or it gets canceled, or I can't go for whatever reason, my car is having issues. It's always something. So I think that's so funny that past lives came up. So it feels like that maybe connecting, opening that door, only you can open the door to a past life. Only you can open the door to whatever it may be about a particular past life, that this week in particular is really helping us to work towards and work through, that we're really going to have to confront. That's going to be a challenge for us. It may be reminiscent of a past life. You may have flashbacks of past life memories. You may have a sense of deja vu this week in some circumstances or situations. And what if you have had a past life regression before and you find yourself in a similar situation, maybe not the exact same circumstances, but let's just say relationship dynamics, for an example. You know, how can you fix that now? You know, what didn't you do then in the past life that you can do now to fix it? If that makes sense, or trying to correct it. Very karmic week. You know, and past lives and actions of past lives are still part of, I feel like anyway, the symphony of the in the orchestra of your life. So, you know, it's all connected. You know, getting those past life notes in tune and bringing you back into alignment, and how understanding your past lives can bring you more awareness into your current circumstances and how to deal with them. Very interesting. Yeah, your guides may also be bringing you messages about past lives this week. I mean, we do have the full moon in Libra coming up on the 11th, which I wouldn't say is necessarily about past lives, but it's about karma, you know, and law and justice and all of that. So very well could be, you know, balancing the scales. And we do have the balance here in the Chariot, the opposites, and trying to bring them together. So interesting. But I'm Ariel, and this has been Maven Unmasked with your weekly reading for April 3rd through April 9th of 2017. If you'd like to get a reading with me, please check out my website at mavenunmasked.com. Have a great one, lovelies. Bye.